there is actually at least a little bit of a vista here.
Displaying the glory of God's creation by visiting every state park, national park, and national forest in the contiguous 48 states. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave the Parker.
Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor. We are at Strouds Run State Park. We are a few miles east of Athens, Ohio, and therefore we are in southeast Ohio. Today is Saturday, October the 28th, and the temperature right now is a damp but seasonally mild 64 degrees. As you saw, we're starting on the White Pine Trail. This trail goes uphill for about a half mile to get to the ridgetop. And at that point, we're going to connect with, I think it's the Vista Point Trail, and hopefully hike out to a vista. We haven't had a lot of luck with vistas on this trip so far in this part of the country, but hopefully that's going to change here. And so that is the plan for the hike today. Let's get into it. We've been coming uphill persistently but moderately so far. And now we have apparently made it up to the intersection with the Vista Point Trail. And so following the map, we are going to turn to the right here. Nice bench up here. Nice to see that out here in kind of the middle of nowhere. But we're going to turn to the right here, and we're up on top of the ridge now. And so we're going to follow the Vista Point Trail out to, hopefully, a vista. We'll see. We've come just a little ways along the Vista Point Trail. And it's a little hard to see on camera, but an interpretive sign here tells us that that little mound in front of us is actually an ancient burial mound from like 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. There's also a little pile of sticks here, a log shelter. I'm sure that's not from 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. But that's interesting. Wasn't really expecting that out here. All right, we'll keep going towards the vista. We've made it out to Vista Point. And when I zoom out, you might laugh, but there is actually at least a little bit of a vista here. That is Strouds Run Lake down there. Let me zoom out so you can get the full picture here. That's what it really looks like. So not a grand vista, but I've been to a couple of other vistas quote unquote on this trip where you couldn't even see that. So honestly, I'll take it. The leaf color is really interesting right now. Most of the maples, and there are quite a few maple trees in this forest, have already turned, the leaves have already changed colors, and in fact many of them are dropping off to the ground. Some of the oak trees out here at the edge of the vista, though, are still mostly green, which is very unusual for late October in Ohio. Fall has indeed come late to Ohio this year. Alright, so there are a couple ways we could finish this hike. The trail does continue down the hill down that way, but I don't think I'm going to go that way. I think I'm going to do this as an out and back. So I am going to turn around, retrace our steps back up the ridge, and then back down the White Pine Trail to get back to the trailhead. We just made the left-hand turn onto the White Pine Trail, and therefore we have a short distance to go downhill in order to finish this hike. This has been a nice little hike. A little bit of scenery, a little bit of history with the burial mound, a little bit of climbing, which we're going back down now, a little bit of everything without a super lot of anything. Less than 2 miles long, so I like this hike. I do want to thank you for watching. There are over 34 million YouTube channels you could possibly watch, and you choose to watch Parking Full Time. And for that, I appreciate you every day, and I thank you every day. Also, as a reminder, I do not take any monetary compensation for anything that I produce for this project. That was a vow that I made several years ago, and I have held to that vow. And so all I get for doing these videos and writing these blog entries are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments. And I do appreciate all of those things. So I'm going to cut this video now. Until next time, I am Big Dave the Parks Professor from Strouds Run State Park near Athens, Ohio. Have a great afternoon. Take care. And Lord bless.